Alright. I had to start streaming before we enter this dungeon, because if if this goes the way that I expect it to, then yeah, I'll definitely want this on stream. So what we got a tank that is having problems holding aggro on a group of enemies. We have a we have a hunter that can't control his pet, and the mage is doing all right. But the hunter almost died. And then the blame game starts happening. The hunter's blaming the hunter's blaming the mage. The tank's blaming the hunter. This is the glory of pugs. Where is that? Can we go back? This is where it starts. Just wait till whirlwind or any AoE damage, please. Dot 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 dot. Hunter just gives the eclipses, which I love the eclipses. I'm a huge fan of that. It pretty much means, in this context, what are you talking about, you fucking idiot? And you can convey all that with just some dots, which is nice. That's English. What? Someone with a wand pulled the guy, not me. Yet somehow you got threatened and had to feign. I have the mage with me to help. Yep. He's doing his job. Do yours. So you can tell that this is going to be great. And then before I joined this group, because it was the mage that listed the group in the LFG tool. When I asked if he needed a DPS, his reply was, "Do you need the robes?" Pretty much saying, "Hey, you're another mage. If you need the robes, I'm not going to take you." Which, that's fine. I mean, if you're going for loot and everything like that. I don't know what robes he's talking about. I think I have better robes because I have the Dreamweave vest. What does he have? What kind of robe of power? Yeah. I don't know. If the robe, even though I told him I don't need them, I could be a dick and just roll need on them if they are better. I mean, it's a pug. Fuck them. Who cares? Now this guy's got a piss. Just piss in a bottle, dude. What are these? Okay, here we go. Yeah, fuck the hunter, man. I mean, he's not a good player. Do we need him in here? We could probably get along just fine without him. All right. Let's see how bad this is gonna go. Like, I have no problem waiting a couple extra seconds for him to get threat and everything like that before I pop a blizzard, but he's charging in there using thunderclap at like level 40. You shouldn't even be remotely considering using that ability. That's what you use before you get cleave. And you get cleave at like level 20 something, like low 20s. Like, how long do I have to wait for this guy to get aggro on somebody? Should I just not even do anything at all? Because I know the mage would be more than willing to kick me just because I'm another mage and he wants all the gear in here. Because he made that clear when I joined the group. Like, hey, you better not be wanting any of this gear. Okay. The guy just ninja'd the. Just ninja'd the fucking chest. What is he? No heals for you. What is this guy? I knew this was gonna be a fucking. No heals for you. Okay. Same exact thing happened last night, man. I missed this guy's message. He wanted a stack of water, so he quit the entire group because I missed his message and didn't give him a stack of water. That's funny. And the other funny thing, okay, no heals for you. I don't need your heals, dude. I wasn't taking any damage. gave him he gave him 60 water outside the instance. I'm not porting you, man. Come on. I fucking knew this was gonna be a disaster. That's why I fired up the stream. I thought that the hunter was going to be the one to break the group apart, not the healer. But that's funny. The other mage gave him 60 fucking water outside the instance. And then he demanded water from me after I missed his message. Let's see what robes he's talking about. Razor fin down. Shoulders, raggle snout, chest. Robes of the Lich. Yeah, I don't need that. Hands. I mean, yeah, I don't need the fucking. The, well, what's this stuff? Chest. Yeah, I don't need that. I just need the sash. What is this guy talking shit? What is he? A warlock? A warrior? Okay, I can't give him shit. What's up?
What up, Glenn?
I had to fire up a stream. Just so you know, I'm streaming. But I had to fire it up because I signed up for this pug, and right away I knew it was going to be bad because people were fighting before we even got in the dungeon.
No, no.
So I fired up the stream so I could get it on camera, and then it didn't disappoint. The group, pretty much, the healer quit after the first boss. And he quit because I didn't see his message asking me for mage water. Even though the other mage gave him fucking 60 mage water before the dungeon.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
Not enough.
And before that, it was the tank fighting with the hunter.
Sounds like you had a real winner of a group.
I'm still in it. We're gonna get through this.
Oh, wow.
I knew it was bad because when I asked the dude if he needed a DPS, the mage that was heading the group, he's like, "You don't need the robes, do you?" I'm like, "No."
You don't need the what?
The robes that drop in there. And I was
Oh,
like,
my Lord.
and I was thinking, the robes are for a fucking warlock, you idiot. Like, why? What does a mage need fucking all that stamina for?
For their mage tank spec, bro.
I know. All I
Well, me and Kitty had quite the group last night.
And even if I
Oh,
did
yeah,
need the
rogue.
robes, I would still roll need on them, even though I told him I don't need the robes. It's a pug. Fuck him.
Oh,
That's last night was the first time Kitty died, literally when I was healing.
yeah. That's
'Cause
because
we
no
had
one was
two-
filling the ads like they were supposed to.
And
We had two
Kitty,
incompetent rogues.
What's
and
that,
Kitty, whose fault was it?
I don't know. That's definitely the. We had two rogues, and they were struggling to focus fire with
Oh.
anything, and it was bad. Yeah, they couldn't focus fire on shit.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just like playing with two caps because they were just like trying to show off their DPS.
Okay.
So it was just like chaos. These two wouldn't even let me whack something before they start stabbing it, already steal threat off me. It's like, let me at least whack it once, please.
So then they're taking damage, and I got to keep them up because they're taking so much damage. And then Kitty gets in there and takes damage, and it's like, oof. Next time I'm gonna. Wow.
Kitty, you broke the golden rule. You're always supposed to blame the healer, even if the healer's not at fault.
I know. I normally didn't want to blame Andrew. He was already having a rough time with it.
I'm sorry, Andy. I don't mean anything. It's just inside
What
jokes.
was the
Yeah, no,
third
sorry,
tier?
that long.
Was it a hunter? I can't remember.
It's like how we give Hunt shit for playing a hunter. Same thing.
Oh no, we had a group wipe earlier. It was funny because like it was totally the tank's fault, and he just turned and goes, "I blame the hunter." The healer just like, I blame the hunter. They ruin everything.
They sure do.
They do not.
And see, Andrew is supposed to blame you for the death because healers are supposed to blame the tanks.
Oh,
Tanks
yeah.
are supposed to blame the healer, and DPS is just supposed to blame whoever blamed the other guy first.
As DPS, I always blame the healer, but
You got
whatever.
those healers. They have too easy of a job. You got to give them shit.
I went into RFD earlier, DPSing, and this tank needed the chest piece and the helmet, and I still really needed beat him on those. He's out there wearing like the chest piece for like whaling caverns and shit.
Yeah, the only thing I need from RFD is the sash.
Yeah, he was upset, but he took it like a champ.
He
It's like,
took it on the chin.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, good little slut takes one chip.
He was. He lost by 1 on both rolls. It was funny.
Oh, that's good.
Ouch.
I was 59, he's 58. Then I was 63, and he was 62.
That hurts.
And he's already said there's like, dude, you got some nice gear like prior to all this. It's like, yeah,
Of course.
epic sword, epic boots, you know. He's gonna keep rubbing it in his face. I'm better than him because I'm an orc. He's a Tauren. Part of me wishes I would have gone Tauren for that war stomp, but
Nah, go orc, man. They look so much more badass.
they
with that
do.
gear.
They really do.
And
That's
eventually,
probably the
that
way it
racial stuff becomes less and less
Obsolete,
important.
yeah.
Less and less important once you get to Wrath. So
Well, plus I'm DPSing too. I get Blood Fury as my warrior, so that was nice. Dave did have questions for you about his warrior.
yeah,
I don't know if he's here right now, or at least present at his keyboard.
well, whatever it is, the answer is blame the healer. And then,
I heard that, so I made a healer.
okay.
What about the hunter? Why not the hunter?
Well, we feel
What?
sorry for people that play hunters. I mean,
Oh, okay, I see.
The hunters.
you don't.
They're
Yeah,
It's
Sure.
kinda like it's socially wrong to make fun of the hunter.
yeah. It's like you don't make fun of people on the short bus.
Oh, you don't, huh?
No.
Interesting.
When was this a thing?
You just leave them.
Yeah.
You just leave them in the back, licking the windows. They're in their little world. And they're not harming anybody.
I make fun of Cap all the time.
Cap's only beat me on one duel,
Were you AFK at that time?
basically.
Dude,
And you
whooped
probably
him
came
so
back
much.
and still brought him down to half-life.
I beat his druid with my priest and healing gear.
Oh, that's so bad. He's Mr. like, I'm the boss druid too. So, oh my goodness. How was his ego after that? Do you have to give him an ice pack?
I don't know. I like Cap. He's a good friend and everything, but it was funny. It was.
I love Cap, but I love giving him shit too.
Yeah. I love giving him shit almost as much as I love him.
Exactly. On par with each other.
Dude, when I win 5 out of 6 duels, I mean, I only lost the first one, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, I see what I'm doing wrong." And then we course corrected, and he hasn't beaten me since.
Yeah, when I killed his little shaman with my rogue the other day, the real Capri, he was
Yeah.
not happy with that. It was like 2-3 hits. Just dead. And he said, "They're like, what the?"
The thing is like when he duels hunt, he always complains about the pet, but it's like you're a druid. You can take the pet out of the game.
Exactly.
You can
Nah, it's
cast.
usually on his rogue.
He can still take your pet out of the game, man. Rogue even has more than druid when it comes to like
That's
CC and stuff.
CC. Yeah.
Druid, he can just put your pet on like entangling roots and then go away from the pet and fuck you up. It's
The woman had lost everything in the house.
plus your pet's taking damage as it's rooted.
The problem is Cap doesn't really. He has his moments where he pays attention, and then the most time he has no situational awareness. I think he's just gotten too lax with us playing with him.
See, I love playing warlocks and hunters with my mage because I just polymorph the warlock or hunter, and then they get to watch me kill their pet in front of them.
Oh yeah.
It's like that scene in Casino with Joe Pesci when they're killing his brother in front of him.
Oh yeah. Nothing you can do except watch.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been refusing to duel his rogue just because it drives him crazy.
You should. You should.
Like
Duel
the
his rogue with your warrior? Is that what he wants?
Yeah,
Ooh, how are you gonna play that one against this rogue? What's your
I would probably
strat-
switch to Fury and just keep that distance close. I mean,
Mm,
pop retaliation too on him, so that way, at the time he's hitting me, he's just taking damage from it too.
yeah. Especially if he casts his slice and dice, and you pop
Oh,
a
yeah.
retaliation.
Yep, that's my plan. It's like let him get all confident, pop that retaliation.
And then he can't do shit to you for what, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something
It's
like
like
that.
10 seconds or something, and I can just keep chasing him down with
Oh,
intercept and whacking him.
That's right. It's a 30-minute cooldown. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Well, that's still 10 seconds of Cat being oblivious to what's going on. I'll at least probably take him 5 seconds to be like, why am I taking so much damage?
Well, obviously he's going to. Well, I know how he's going to play this. He's going to start off the battle already vanished or in his stealth mode, obviously. And as soon as it starts, he's going to CC you for no reason at all.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's sap or something. He's going to throw one of those CCs down that if he damages you, it's going to break it, which is pointless. And then he's just going to run around with slice and dice and then occasionally sinister strike you. You can combat that. You'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've never dueled on a warrior before, but I am excited for it.
Well, you just got to take in consideration, too, that you do more DPS than he does.
Oh, yeah. I was destroying DPS earlier when I went the RFD.
How's your rage generation? Are you having any problems generating rage?
I don't.
Okay.
Dave was having that problem, though. I told him to switch to dual wield.
Yeah.
It's like I'm dual wielding a sword that's 1.7, then a dagger that's 1.6. Yeah.
What level is the warrior?
I just hit 44.
Well, I'm talking Dave's. Do you know?
Oh, Dave. I think he's what, in his 20s?
Oh, yeah.
But he's DPSing with a two-handed.
It's going to be like holding, yeah. You can do two-hander.
I don't think he's tanking, so I think that's
some-
where his problem is DPSing with it.
With the two-hander, the more damage you do, the more threat you're going to generate. And if he's putting points in two-handed specialization. It's more critties.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, I did what you're saying, like from like mid-20s to low 30s. I was using dual handers until I got that axe from the
Oh yeah.
warrior quest.
I mean, I have it too, but I'm really loving this dazzling longsword with that decreased armor it also gives. And
Now,
then this dagger I'm using gets rind as well, so I could get 2 rins on targets.
now I just use my dual wield for situational stuff.
Damn, I got 2 quests for Zul'Farrak already.
Yeah, with because I have that two-handed specialization, and then I put points in axe specialization because the orc gets that +5 to axes.
Yeah.
So my guy's generating at this point because I'm not quite level 40, so I don't have my mortal strike yet. So I'm like generating more rage than what I can spend, which is a nice problem to have.
Yeah, that's like the warriors. That's like desired effect. I forgot the Wind Rider Master and the Griffin Master in different spots in Booty Bay.
Like I'm fucking using heroic strike. That's how much goddamn rage I have.
And you still can't spend it fast enough. You're still just flush with rage.
Well, I mean,
Fine.
I'll fucking sit there and spam cleave if I have a big, to cool
Yeah, you got
it down.
3 targets.
But if it's
2, 3
single
targets.
target, man, I have so much rage where I am using fucking heroic strike.
Well, now you're gonna have the full rage. Well, you don't have it. You don't get execute for a while.
Oh well,
You
I
should
got
execute.
execute. I got it. My warrior's 36.
Oh. Which strike were you saying? You said Mortal Strike? Is that a quest one we have to do for it?
I do believe that there's quests involved with those ones. But yeah, I'm just going that because I went down because I wanted sweeping strikes because that's like my main AOE.
Yeah, sweeping strikes whirlwind will get you.
Oh no! So you gotta put talent points into it. That's why.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna use mortal strike as my. I have too much rage and I just gotta spin rage button.
Yeah, I'm more prospect myself.
But then after I get mortal strike, I'm going right into the prot tree to get defiance, so I get that threat bonus.
Yeah, the defiance is nice.
And then the last 4 points, I'll go into fury and get the cruelty for the crit chance.
I forgot how wonderful it feels to have a mount, even though it's level 6, even though it's like only 60%.
Oh, it's still so much better.
Oh my god! I'm like, okay, I'll go do Stranglethorn Veil now. It won't take me an hour to run from point A to point B.
Well, now this run's boring because it's going smooth.
I'll start overpulling her. Just don't pick up a couple mobs. Let it get exciting.
That's what I tell people. Like, if the game's going well, then it gets really boring.
What up, Hunt? You big dick son of a bitch.
Hello.
What's good?
I'm good. Yeah.
Are you good?
So I got 45 minutes till bedtime.
So, Hun, are you guys almost done with building that ship? Like, how long is that going to take?
Well, I want to finish by September.
Okay.
It's the world's largest electrical ferry, correct?
Yep.
When did you guys start it?
I don't know, man. I wasn't there when it started.
They just brought you in to make sure those guys on the ladders aren't falling down. That's very, very
That's it,
important
man.
job. Very important job.
Like I said, Hunt, you come to the States, you get a job with OSHA.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, OSHA would have shut that down that he had on the news for sure. They'd have been all over that.
They wouldn't have been. Yeah, O'Shea ain't gonna do shit.
Man, we're surprised we're not in trouble. They're standing on ladders backwards and shit.
Oh no, dude! I used to spider climb up a racking all the time, and like people were like, "Oh my god, OSHA's gonna come get you." I'm like, "OSHA ain't gonna come to this warehouse and do nothing unless somebody dies." And even then, they'll just give them a fine.
Oh no, we've got our own guys that will come through and usually tell us off.
Yeah, be like, "Hey, this isn't safe. Fix XYZ." Nah, there's not enough inspectors to go to every job site and every building to check that shit here.
But if you did everything safe, you wouldn't get shit done fast.
No, listen, I gotta cut corners.
You gotta cut corners.
Yeah, I'd get yelled at all the time. I'd take my reach truck and like lift up the pallet that was on the fork, so like climb on that to like climb up on the shelf and get more product.
Nah, you little goober, don't be doing that.
Oh, I did it all the
When you
time.
cut, when you cut a corner, you just create 2 more corners to cut. So
Hey, the only time I've ever had any situation in that warehouse I almost got in trouble was when our own fucking brother, Tony, went flying out of the aisle and drove straight into my picker and almost knocked mine completely over.
I didn't get it.
Let's go fight him. I know where he lives.
I know. It was funny. He just zoned out. He zoned out. He was supposed to stop, and I had the right of way, and he did not stop. He just came flying out at full speed.
Dude was smoking that reefer.
And that's the worst part. He wasn't completely sober. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Damn.
Wait, was he a little zooted?
No, he was. It was Tony being completely sober, just zoned out.
Yeah, he might have ADD.
It was like we looked at each other. And I kind of gave him a head nod, and he nodded back. So I was like, "All right, this fucker's gonna slow down, right?"
No.
And we did it again. He head nodded back.
So you're just saying, "What's up?"
Slowing down.
No, it was the all right. Yeah,
It was like the tip down. You know, it's like not like the "what's up" kind of like where you tilt your head up and back, but it was like the nod down, kind of like, "All right, like you good?
I acknowledge you. I see
I
you.
acknowledge you. Stop." Nope.
Nah, dude, that was the take me out nod. Tony's like, all right, I'll finally fucking take this guy out. I've been waiting my whole life. And then you bitched out the last second. He's like, okay, fine.
I mean, there was no bitch now. He straight up hit me, and all our product on our pickers went flying everywhere. I just got lucky enough. I like turned ever so slightly, so instead of getting like tipped over completely, I went shooting out like a pinball.
That's even scarier.
Yeah.
Wee little bit.
The last thing I wanted to do was go flying when machinery's moving around, because those forklifts come down, they ain't getting back up. They're heavy motherfuckers.
Well, we were on like the pickers, and he was on the heaviest one actually. It even had like we call it training wheels because it had extra things on the side to give it more support. This thing was so strong it could actually push any of the reach trucks back and like force it out of its way.
Yeah, dude. Well,
those were fun.
forklifts have to be so fucking heavy just from the weird angle that they lift shit.
Oh
up
yeah,
and pull
he
stuff
can
down.
push the biggest reach stuff too with that thing, which was fun. But yeah, it just taught me it's like gotta watch out with him around heavy machinery.
Yeah, well, he probably just I don't know, but I know sometimes I struggle with spatial awareness and I fucking run into shit.
Big booty Judy.
Yeah, literally in real life, it's like I'm walking through a door frame and it's just like, don't hit it, clip it. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, I do that too. But it's more like I'm filling with something else, not paying attention.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's like I'm fully aware and I see it happening and I'm like, don't let it happen.
Like in the game?
And it happens. Or sometimes like a random piece of clothing gets caught.
It's because you've acknowledged it.
I know.
You ever been walking through like the grocery store or something and just shoulder check an aisle by accident?
No, I usually reserve that for the old man who looked at me funny when I walked in.
Nice. Good old shoulder check.
Oh, yeah.
To the Walmart greeter? Dude, I used to fuck with them. I would walk by them and like, 'cause, you know, they always make you check like receipt and shit, and I would just walk by and like, nah, I'm stealing this shit, and keep walking. It's a good time.
Dude, they'll get so defensive. It's like, bro, Walmart don't give a fuck. If you got shot today, they'd step over your corpse and hire somebody else. They don't give two fucks about you.
Not even give you a funeral or nothing.
Nah, man, they just roll you over and get another one.
There was a couple that I know that were greeters. One or two of them got punched in the face a couple of times.
Yeah, dude, people are actively hostile to those people for no reason. I just wave at them, and like I went and bought a Mr. Coffee from Walmart like a month and a half ago. Like we stopped torturing ourselves by using like the mocha pot or maca pot, the Italian espresso one that you do on the stovetop. Stop doing that every morning. Really just broke down and got Mr. Coffee.
Need to get you a French press, man.
I have a French press. I also have an AeroPress and a Chemex.
Oh, okay. You're a coffee.
Yeah, I was into it. My next big purchase was going to be an espresso machine, like a nice.
Come to Australia and get some real coffee.
Yeah, like $1,200 espresso machine. Like not.
Come on,
not
Australia's the furthest place away from Colombia.
We bought a $300 coffee maker. It was like top of the line, and it broke within a year. We were so pissed because I'm the same way.
Was it a
You
Brillo?
can't get better fake coffee than
I can't. Hold on, I
it
can't.
can exist.
Okay.
Oh no!
Was it a what?
Outed.
Was it like a multi one? Was it like one of the like Keurig?
No, it was straight coffee. It was a high-end, like $299 machine on sale, but still.
Yeah. Oh, still, yeah, that sucks.
But then we ended up just buying a fucking espresso machine.
Yeah. See, that's what I want to get a nice espresso machine one day, but for now, the wife gets up at like 5:30 in the morning to start getting ready, so we have the automatic bad boy set to 6.
Oh yeah, that is beautiful. It's like, mwah.
It is. It's like, I don't have to fuck with
Right.
grinding the coffee.
You just got to remember to do it at night. That's all. That's the hard
in
part.
the morning. Yeah, and that's usually a bedtime routine thing. So before we go up, make sure everything's cleaned up and lights are off and coffee's ready to go. No more waking up and doing the maca pot, which there's some fun to that. I'd heat up the water with an electric kettle, and then put it on the stove, and let the pot hang out there, and it built the steam pressure in the brewer faster. So it wouldn't take very long to do, and you get the nice espresso style brewing.
Yeah, that's too much, dude. I just throw in that Keurig, drop that little cup in, pop it out, good to go.
Oh yeah. Now we just do like the 12 cup. We don't do all 12 like.
You can do that. I mean, it is okay.
It's just drip. It's just drip. It just depends on what you want to do. If you just having one cup a day, that's fine. Go for it. There's nothing against it. Different strokes for different folks, man. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to brew a cup of coffee.
And there's more than one way to get to 10 if you didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Uh,
I mean, if you want to count on your toes, yeah, too.
Yeah, I mean,
if that's what it's going for.
I meant like adding up, numbers to get to 10.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's fine.
No, that's all good.
It is.
That's a new one, though. I like that. There's more than one way to get to 10. I like that. Oh, I'll keep that. Or as I also like to say, watch me fail this 9-inch charge twice.
Yes, that's a good one too. Actually, I like that.
Well, I was playing in a tournament the other day, and the guy who I was playing with, like this poor dude, played nothing but. He played Necrons twice. He played the new Necrons detachment twice while playing the Necrons detachment. So he had 2 mirror matches in a 3-round event.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. But he was chill about it. I was like, don't worry, my dice hate me. I won't roll well. And I proceed to roll well.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, oh, sorry. I didn't want to do well. The dice betrayed me. Yeah, my dice betrayed me. They're doing well this time. What the fuck?
Yeah. So how'd you do in the tournament?
No.
Since it was charity, I wasn't going to be super try hard, but the first game was we only got to round 3, And then the second game I played the Ringer. And then the third game it was the mirror match, and we ended up being neck and neck most of the time, but at the end of it I pulled out ahead. So
Nice.
What was it for? What game?
Warhammer 40,000, 40K, whatever you want to call it.
Nice.
So we did a 2,000 point event to raise money for the local school district. Their heritage fund, which lets kids who need supplies, kind of funds them and also pays any outstanding lunch debt, which
That's dope.
Yeah, which to me the thought of lunch debt is mind-boggling. So that's something that we're gonna team up again, and the club that I help administer will definitely be working with that organization again for future events and
Get some
charity
money.
stuff. Yeah, so we make sure to raise the funds for them, so we pay back the amount what we needed to rent the space. That goes back. Any excess goes to donation. Plus, we did a cash raffle, so you pay $1 for a reroll. So if you wanted to pay $1,000 for 1,000 rerolls, the only rule is you can't reroll a dice that's already been rerolled. You were welcome to do that. So people did chip in for that. We also had various other.
Damn! I'd have a whole roll of loonies or dollar bills.
Just toss them.
Loonies.
Yeah, if you had a whole bunch of cash, just toss them in there. And we also had a raffle for some.
Don't forget your toonies.
No, that's not
Yeah.
me either.
I wouldn't do a toonie, but like a loony, you could toss a loony onto the table. You could use it as a marker, for Christ's sake. It's about the same size as one of their
about
base
40
plates. Yeah, it's
You guys
about the
ever
same
play
size.
MTG?
Yeah, I messed with Magic. I messed with Magic for a while. It
Good
got a little
time.
too sweaty. It got a little too sweaty in my neighborhood for me. So I went to the
I've
next sweaty
messed-
thing.
I've messed with everything, dude. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, fucking.
Yu-Gi-Oh got crazy, man. I made it to nationals in 2019, and that shit was crazy, dude.
I hated Yu-Gi-Oh because of the way the value of the cards went from like everything to nothing.
Yeah, and then
There was
just to
no
keep
in
up with
between.
competitiveness, dude. It's like $1,000 a fucking expansion. You got to respend.
Well, don't they? Aren't they're not as they weren't as they were more egregious than Magic, which was
Yeah, they
you
are.
could only use certain sets during certain times, and anything else was invalid. So kind of once they dropped a new set, anything from the old set was like it would just tank the value.
See, that's why I just like playing with like some friends and locals. We play with like proxies and shit, play Commander, like just make obnoxious decks. It's a good time.
Commander's fun.
One of the shops I would play at a lot has a huge Magic scene out here. And in fact, there's 2 shops in the small little area that I'm in, which is kind of odd. There's one comic shop and then there's another comic shop, but one comic shop opened after the first comic shop went down, and then that same shop reopened under new management but with the same name. So it's like, okay.
I just wish they'd go back to the old style 40K. That's all, like 6th edition, 5th edition.
I mean, we can still play a game of 6th edition, dude. All we got to do is bust out those rules. There ain't nothing stopping us. That's the nice
Oh,
thing.
I know. I just don't have anyone around here to play 6th edition with. I have to drive a little ways.
You'll get
A long
Tabletop
way.
Simulator.
Yeah, tabletop. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
You guys ever play Gloomhaven?
I'm familiar with it. I haven't messed with that one. I know that one's
Our Hero Quest. Hero Quest is cool.
My girlfriend got me Hero Quest for Christmas.
Oh yeah, it's a good time.
Have you seen anything about a newer game called? I think it is a new game. It's called Trench Crusade.
No, what's that? It sounds
It's
cool.
like a tabletop skirmish game. Effectively, during the First Crusade, a group of Templars went to the basement of Jerusalem and broke a covenant with God and opened a gate to hell. And since then, the forces of Earth and the forces of Hell have been battling it out on Earth. And it's currently within the game universe around the period, roughly about the period of World War I. Granted, the world wars are not happening since since the forces of Earth and Hell are clashing on there. So you've got like different factions. You got like the Crusaders, but I definitely recommend checking it out if you like the grimdark aesthetic and kind of like
yeah, it sounds cool.
It's pretty twisted looking. Like one of the units is a artillery witch, is the name of it. It's literally a demonette of hell that summons artillery on the battlefield. Another cool unit is like a were. It's a siege wolf, is I think what it's called, or a wolf line breaker. But it's like a werewolf that they strap armor to and send it to go crashing through trench fields and crashing through barbed wire fences and stuff like that. So.
Oh, that's a good time.
Oh yeah, but the art is done by a lot of the guy who did a lot of the Magic the Gathering art and Diablo art. He's done art for a lot of the Games Workshop stuff, and then the rules are written by the guy who designed Mornheim, which is another Games Workshop one. So it's got a good team backing it, and it raised a shit ton of money on Kickstarter.
The
rules are free to
Game
download.
Workshop is amazing. Holy fuck!
And the rules are free to download. And you can proxy whatever models you want. It's a model agnostic game, so you can play with any models you have, and it encourages heavy kit bashing, while they do have official models that they have sculpted and released to use, but they do encourage playing with whatever you have. Unlike Games Workshop, who's like, if you don't, you can't take that model to a tournament if it's more than 75. If it's less than like 75% Games Workshop plastic. So, and you can't have bought in any bits. You have to have printed them yourself. So everyone printed them themselves. Wink. So it was a whole thing on them. But
Games Workshop got too big for their britches. That's all.
they did for a while, and they didn't really listen to a lot of people. But I think they're doing a lot better with the rules coming up now. I don't know. You don't follow it anymore, I know, is what you said, but the new Eldar rules are actually like some of the best rules they've written in a long time.
Really?
30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they went from saying, "Hey, you can just turn you roll 12 dice or whatever. These are your fate dice or whatever." So you have a pool of 12 sixes to literally plug in everywhere, but they changed that mechanic entirely so that you can spend those dice you roll only to reduce the command point cost of those stratagems. So you can effectively turn off Overwatch against one unit, or this unit moves and scoots, or scoots and shoots. Good old scoot and shoot.
Oh, nice.
So they've done a bunch of cool stuff, and like the Harlequins are now very flavorful to play in their detachment, and they're nice rules for them. Not perfect, but the
No
best
rules are
ones that have come out.
perfect.
Yeah, the best ones that have come out that need probably the least amount of adjusting, and the adjusting they need is going to be in the rules versus rather going back and rewriting entire codexes or data sheets.
Right. I'm waiting for the rules. That's what I'm waiting for. But
yeah, but they've all
I'm
been leaked
hopeful.
out there too. If you
I
where to
know.
look, they've all been
I know.
the community. I also help manage. Like people are sharing the leak stuff in there, and I'm like, all right, guys, don't get too crazy here. I don't want to start a pirate ring, but I'm also not the one who originally linked it.
Right.
You ever play or heard of Smash Up?
Yeah, that's a fun one.
That's a good
fun,
time.
That's a fun.
Quick and easy.
Yeah, I also like Boss Monster too. That's another good one.
Oh yeah, that's our not goblins. Fuck is it called, man? Something like that.
Munchkin?
Munchkins, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Munchkin is great fun.
I'll be right
Munchkin's
back.
good.
I'm
That's
gonna
good little
grab a
party game.
snack.
Those are the games I like. Those like quick, easy setup.
Oh yeah,
I'm
King of
down to
Tokyo,
get down
that's
for
another
like.
good one.
Oh yeah, King of Tokyo is great.
You mean
Yeah,
you
no,
mean
for
you don't
sure.
like spending like half an hour setting up and then 3 hours playing? What are you talking about?
Not unless you're with the right group. Most of my friends can't do that. They're like, you need just fast, easy smash up.
And look,
Quick.
the rules have to be on the card, or I can't do it. I don't need.
But with the right people, dude, I'll get down. Like I would love
Oh, yeah,
that shit, but
No,
you
it's
gotta
a
have
lot of
the
fun.
right friend group.
Yeah, or just know a place to go where you can meet those folks.
I read the Warhammer books though. I read the Horus
yeah.
series. That shit's pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what made the popularity kind of what it is. Like the Horus Heresy stuff is really fun. To
Yeah,
read.
those
It's
are
kind of
good
the first
books.
time you have the brother on brother stuff, and you get kind of a look into kind of what's going on. And all Horus wanted was Daddy to love him, and then
That's
the
all he
Chaos
wanted.
God just whispered some nonsense into it, and boom, here we are. The guy was like, "Hey, don't make me a god. Whatever you do, I don't want to be a god. Make him a god. Make him the the God Emperor of mankind, who sits upon the golden throne of Terra, and his beacon casts, and his psychic presence is so powerful, it literally enables mankind to use warp transportation. But we keep going into the warp, despite the horrible things we know that are in there. All the manifestations of of the chaos gods are in there.
What we like to do though, we know something's bad, but it's intriguing, so we're like, yeah, let's check it out.
Dang, these trolls are fucking
Hey,
insta.
where's a good place to quest at like 30-ish?
At 30, well, you're gonna be dipping in a few places. So a lot of the zones that you have, are Hillsbrad would be good if you haven't done that one already. Hillsbrad is a decent place to quest at that level. Let me see.
Is it worth it picking up like? So I'm 29. Is it worth it picking up like 24 level quests and shit?
If they're green, it's not too bad. You
Yeah,
can blow
if they're
through 'em
green, they're
easily.
not terrible. Yeah, you can tear through them pretty quickly, but ignore anything that's gray and isn't going to give you a bunch of any EXP.
Yeah, gray's gonna be
Is
useless.
he talking about his mage?
Yeah, but I stopped AoE farming because that shit just I can't do it, bro. Like I can do it, but I don't like it at all.
Dip into Stranglethorn, do some of the Nessingware quests, and then dip out. So really just going to be dipping in and out, and then if you're done AoE farming, then you probably don't want to run Scarlet Monastery 1,000 times, but that's how
Yeah, I stopped. Like it was cool at first, and then I was like, man, this shit is just not for me. Like I could do it, but I didn't like doing it at all.
Yeah, I didn't mind doing the runs.
I like doing it, man. It's a big fucking fat dick pulls. That's what it's all about.
And then you're just sitting there casting Blizzard.
Yep.
Yuckling to yourself.
And then fucking spam right clicking on all the corpses.
Did you have a warlock use an Eye of Kilrog to pull? Because I saw people doing that. And I was like, I thought that thing had invisibility. No, it doesn't in Classic.
No, it don't.
Yeah, that thing is a little aggro monster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's got a crazy range too.
No, it's unlimited range.
Mm-hmm.
When are we all gonna start a character on hardcore?
Never.
Yeah, probably.
Come on. It'd be fun.
I've already got a shaman over there.
Yeah, I'm level 15 on hardcore right now.
Yeah, I'm 13.
I got 10 characters on this server. I'm not going to play another game mode.
Have another 10 on hardcore.
No,
why not? Fuck it.
Bro.
It's like building.
I will say though, it does make it spicy. It does keep you on your toes.
Yes, it does.
I don't want to be on my toes. I want to.
That's a fucking understatement.
This is the game where I turn my brain off and my brain becomes smooth, and I sit here and a little bit of drool comes out of my mouth, and I play WoW. You know, I'm not there for adrenaline rush. Nah, if I want an adrenaline rush, I'll just play Russian roulette like everybody else.
Or black tar heroin.
Yeah,
I'll get you going.
Yeah, you know, I got a plug. Well, he'll get me.
Yeah.
He'll get me fixed right up. Get me
you going right.
Yeah, make me chase the dragon, as the kids say.
Dude, this new kid lingo, I fucking have never felt so old. This shit like skibbity toilet, whatever bullshit, dude. I have no fucking idea.
I don't even know what it means, bro.
Thing,
I have no idea what it means, dude.
I saw it and I was like, damn, Valve really gonna let these motherfuckers use these assets? I mean, this looks like it was made in Source Filmmaker. Someone must be really bored. And, you know, I was right. Somebody was really bored. And Valve did let them use the assets, surprisingly enough. I wonder how much of a cut they're getting.
And my fucking hometown of Ohio, dude, became a meme all of a sudden. Like, I don't know what the fuck that's about either. It's just weird.
The Ohio Riz or whatever?
Yeah, the Ohio Rizzlers.
Oh, yeah, that just means if it's bland, is what I told him. Like, no social skills is what one nephew said, but I don't know. I don't trust him. He's an 8, so he's an unreliable narrator. And I'm too old to give a shit.
I've heard different things. I've looked up and read different things.
Yeah.
What have you found on the Ohio Rizzler?
So it's like the Riz is supposed to be like your charisma. Basically, that's where the Riz comes from.
Yeah, that one.
Which makes sense though, because us from Ohio, don't mean to brag, but we do got that charismatic in nature.
Really? Because almost like 90% of all astronauts have come from Ohio. What the fuck's going on in Ohio that makes them want to leave the damn planet?
Because they're that.
We got the skibbity toilet over there.
What? Okay, that is not fair.
I don't know what you Americans come up with, man.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like that's an actual statistic, though. Like it's close to 90% of astronauts that have left Earth that are American are from Ohio.
Did you know statistically Ohio is the most American city or state of the states?
What? How do you
I read
quantify that?
I read it on Wiki once, so it seemed like it'd be true. Seemed good. Seemed like a viable.
Yes, so true.
Yeah.
How do they
it seemed
quantify
viable.
that?
I have no idea. I just saw this. I just saw the statement.
Capita in America.
I say maybe they have the most baseball and apple pie. I don't know.
Hey, Cedar Point though. Come on now. Cedar Point.
Hey, don't piss on my head and tell me it's raining.
It's a good time.
Hey, listen, Missouri has Branson, and not all things we need to be proud of.
That's all right.
Nah, Branson is what the redneck Vegas is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hillbilly Vegas. I mean, it's just a tourist trap with country flavoring.
I've always liked the nature scene in Missouri. Seemed like it'd be nice, like good old nature hikes and shit.
Yep, depending on where you're at, it can be. The Ozark Mountains are pretty cool. Southern Missouri up to central Missouri, so you can get some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that'd be some good hiking.
Yeah.
Come to Tasmania.
Yeah, that Tasmania probably blows it away. Ours is just kind of adventurous. We don't have the closest mountains to I can think of are Colorado, that are mountains, but you still get like the plateaus and the mountains down in south and central Missouri. I think Kansas is just like a wedge, a giant wedge. It starts flat near Missouri, and then the further west you go just gradually gets the elevation goes up.
You want to hear something funny about Kansas?
It's already Kansas. What's fun here?
Do what?
I said it's already Kansas. What could be funnier than that?
Well, so a whole bunch of geologists actually did they took a topographical map of Kansas. Like 90% of the state. It was a very large portion of the state. And then they took a pancake, they cooked it, and they actually compared the topography of it, and Kansas was literally flatter than a pancake.
Yeah, I know. I believe that. You don't really see anything until you start going west. Because driving across the entire state a few times, one time we took a can of Pringles that we purchased here, and as we got higher in elevation, further west we went in the state, the can just kind of bubbled. That was a fun little experiment that we did driving.
Ah, yes, Kansas. Miles and miles of miles and miles.
Miles and miles of corn, followed by miles of nothing. And more corn and soy.
We got that corn in Ohio too. That's some good corn
everywhere's
right
got
there.
that corn, brother. It's a very
good
subsidized
corn.
crop. It's a very subsidized crop.
I don't know.
We got that white corn in Ohio though. Dude, what? Don't eat corn? Elote? That shit is slapping.
Yeah, I don't trust it. Something that doesn't digest in your stomach should not be eaten.
Hey, dude, it's nature's ball bearings, brother.
God damn it.
Just keeping it clean, keeping it well oiled.
Some of that's not digested properly should not be eaten.
Well,
I mean, that's a lot of products in America.
Yeah, it is.
Probably shouldn't eat it. not the best for you. That's what's fucked up, man. When I was in Brazil, like McDonald's and shit was a luxury. To eat healthy was the cheap way, and to eat McDonald's was expensive. I was like, man, this seems like this is how it should be done.
Yeah, well, we have access to
That's
a lot
what
of.
they turn our country into.
Well, we do have a lot of access to a lot of cheap calorie dense food is the best way it was described. So shit is really packed full of all the calories you can get. It is cheap, and a lot of people don't
But
know how to
no
properly.
nutrients.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know how to properly do that either. So they're like, "Oh, what do you mean I can't have this big gulp every day?" Yeah, dude, you don't need to be drinking 32 ounces of soda every day. It's probably not going to be good for you. Nor will you
Probably
have
not, man. Probably not.
Yeah, well, like a whole can is like a can of Dr. Pepper, I believe, is 210 calories. That's quite a few. It's
With
quite a bit.
59
I
grams
gave
of
up
sugar.
pop just alone, and in 2 weeks, like not really switching the diet or working out more or anything, just no pop. I lost like 15 pounds.
Yeah, and you start to feel a little bit better too.
Oh, way better, dude. Way better. I went down from like a D cup to a B cup, so it's great.
Oh, girl, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Be down to a training bra
No.
soon.
You get no, unacceptable. You get them titties back.
All right, guys.
Not-
I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.